welcome back to Allotment Diggers. We've come into the middle greenhouse because it's so noisy outside. I mean, you can hear the gas turbines droning in, well, it's in Warburton where it is, but you can actually hear the sound here. It's really noisy outside, so I decided to come in the greenhouse. Buttercup's nowhere to be seen. It's the 2nd of July today, 2023, for you time travellers. It's my mother's birthday tomorrow. Yeah, 85 she is. It was my dad's birthday the other bloody week. That's very costly. We all seem to have the birthdays around the same time. Anyway, she's not getting a present until tomorrow, because I know if I give it her today she'll open it and it'll spoil the surprise. But yeah, we've been around the car boots this morning. Bought a proof set and a few coins. Did really well. In fact, I'm absolutely over the moon with some of the stuff that I got. Maybe share it at the end of the video if I've got enough time. But yeah, this week we've been lifting some of the garlic, and we've been lifting onions, and we've been putting other veg into the beds. But before we did all that, we had to deal with Buttercup. Now, I run out of medication. I normally give her once every three months. I give her worming tablets, and I do flea drops. Well, we went shopping on Monday, and it cost me 30 quid. You'll see what I bought in a minute. But the easy bit was getting the tablet into her for the worming tablets. That was easy. Just put it on top of her food. That's the first thing she ate. She woofed that, and then she ate her food. So that was good news. However, the flea drops, I tell you, I'm still suffering. Well, you see, I've got a video clip here. Let me show you what I did.
Look at that lot there. That's just cost me a bloody fortune, that. Flea and tick repellent, worming tablets, and that's half the food what I get in a week. It's come about nearly 30 quid for them. These are expensive, these tablets and what have you. I don't know how I'm going to get the worming things into her. I'll have to somehow manipulate some of her food and stick it in the middle and hope she eats it. Or put very little in and what she'll eat. I think that's the way to go. But yeah, the bloody 30 quid. I'll tell you, that cat cost me an arm and a leg. I just suckered her into eating one of these worming tablets. I'll get with the flea drops in a bit. I'm just I've got to go in the car and get all the food out. She says she's down to the last dregs here, but I've just put a tablet in there and she's chewing on it. I made sure there was a little bit in so she'd eat the lot. Looks like she's already ate the tablet, so that's good news. Yeah, we'll get with the flea drops in a minute. Thought she was cut then on the bloody back. No, she's alright. It's just the way her fur were. Right, anyway. Good news, Buttercup's been wormed. Now we'll get with the flea drops in a bit. Well, let me sit down then. Chop chop. Oh, what's she doing? Get out of it. I'm going to get you in a minute. We got the worming tablets in her, guys. I made sure there was just enough food in there so she'd eat the lot and not realise she was eating it. Now then. I don't know how this works. What the? Can't open it. Can it? Turns out it's idiot proof, this. You might have to cut it with scissors. Oh shit. Got it in my eye. Right, she's been wormed. I'm going to wash my eye out. I got some, when I flicked it, it went in my blooming eye on it. I hope it's not dangerous. Right, see you in a bit. Run for the hills, you. Well, that was bloody dangerous. It snapped, and a little bit of it went in my eye. Seems to be okay, but I hope I've caught it on camera. That is dangerous. Them flea drops are dangerous. Unbelievable. Yeah, it just snapped, just like a, you know, you break a piece of glass, and a little bit of it straight in my bloody eye there. Well, Buttercup has been wormed, and she's been defleed. I put the flea drops on her, and I think I've done the same to myself. Better not rub it, make it worse, won't I? So we just give Buttercup a treatment for the next 2 months. It's a good trick that if you've got a tablet, wait until here she comes. She's coming back. Wait until the breakfast. Put a little bit of food in the bowl and put the tablet in the bowl with her, and she'll woof them. She's just gone in the greenhouse. Well, what damage can she cause in there? Quite a lot, actually. Little bugger. Yeah, my eye's a bit blurry. Right there, it got right in my bloody eye. Unbelievable. Well, I was going to do something, but I'm not in the mood now, so I'm just going to sit here. Got me my corporation pop, and I got me Gary Linekers, so I'm going to eat them, and then we'll see how the eye is, and then we'll get on with the next job. We'll see what she's doing in that greenhouse in a minute. In fact, I'm going to see what she's doing now. Okay, she's having a drink of water. I can let her do that. So she's having a drink of water. I'm having a drink of coffee. Yeah, so when I was giving her when I was trying to open that flea drops up, I thought you know, you pull the plastic or something back, but no, you snap the end of it, and it then you can squeeze it on the back. Someone says to me, why didn't you read the box? Well, blind as a bat. I can't even read what it says on that camera there in front of me. In fact, I can't even see the writing. It's just a blur. When I put my glasses on, I can see, but I don't. I only use my glasses when I'm driving, and then only when I have to. But yeah, we got some of that flea drops in my eye. I tell you, it was stinging like mad, really stinging. Now, it might not look like it was, but I rinsed it out, washed my eye, went home, had an eye bath. But yeah, my eye was been blurry all week, and it's just getting better now. Still blurry in this eye, but I don't know what the hell was in it. And no, I haven't read what's in the on the box, because it's underneath my backside here with all the food. Funny enough, today I've gone and bought another load of food, so it's cost me a fortune this week. I think I'm actually feeding all the cats on the allotments at the moment. It's cost me 30 quid in food and 15 quid for the medication. So she does alright out of me. At the moment, like I say, she's probably off hunting, or she may be with Tracy overhead, a little traitor. But while she's out of the way, I can actually get the video finished. Time now is coming up to
5:15 in the evening, so I've got to get home. I've got to edit this video in a moment, get it all back together, put it all together for you to see. It'll be later when I get it up. You're probably wondering why I've got this band-aid around my hand. Well, believe it or not, all my watches keep stopping on my wrist. I mean, I've got about half a dozen watches, and every single one of them just recently have stopped. They don't work. You put them on my wrist, after about a day or two they stop working. Some of them stop half an hour after I put them on my wrist, and once I take them off and put them on my desk, they start working again as though there's nothing wrong with them. Keep perfect time, but as soon as I put them on my wrist, they stop. However, there's not only that. What's happened as well, the metal straps have been burning my hands, and it literally burns my skin. Anything on my hand, it literally burns it. So this is why we got this on. So I'm not spraying my wrists, but we've put it on. Just I managed to get hold of one of these stockings there the other day. So you see, yesterday it was. So I put the watch on. But yeah, can't believe all my watches. But anyway, what we've been doing this week, well, we've been lifting the garlic out at the back of the plot, so I'm going to show you me doing that now. We've got some really good garlic there. We took half of it out, we left the other half in. I'll explain when we get down there. We'll tidy the bed up, and we'll come back when we finish. So let me show you the garlic which we've just harvested. Well guys, I'm going to lift some of my garlic up, and I just thought we'd start with these here. Just shake all the muck off them. There they are. Good root system on them. Nice garlic. And in the bucket they go. Yeah, very nice. I'm gonna put these in the bucket, and what we'll do, we'll get this bed ready for something else. I'm not too sure what I'm going to put in, but yeah, the good news is the root system on them's really good, which gives a really nice garlic. Anyway, I've got, so far every one of them's been okay. I'm sure it won't stay that way, but no, very good. So I'm gonna, beautiful roots, beautiful garlic. They really are good garlic them. So I'm gonna crack on. I'm gonna clear the bed out, and then gonna clear so much of it. The ones to the left, the ones here, this side needs a bit longer, but this area here, we're gonna clear these out. And while I'm doing it, we can do a bit of weeding, give them to the chickens. They're gonna love them. So onwards and upwards. So I'm just snipping all the tops off these to make more room for them in the bucket. All the tops go into that, and I'm just going to take all the tops, cut them all back, make it easier. Absolutely wonderful. So as you can see, we've got this all raked. I will come in with the hoe. I'm going to add some bloodfish and bone in here, and we'll probably end up putting the pak choy or maybe the celeriac into this bed.
This stuff here ain't done yet. This has still got another month to go, and then we'll lift it out. This is the Solent white. This was a porcelain white, and we've got some nice garlic here. So this is the garlic. Looks really good. Some really nice garlic there. I'll put these into the greenhouse to dry out, and we'll come back to this bed later in the week. There's still a lot more work to do in this bed, but yeah, we took the porcelain white out, and like I say, we've still got the Solent white over there to do, but that's another month away yet. Onwards and upwards. So that porcelain white was really good. It's really good. The Solent white could do with a couple more weeks. However, I'm going to be lifting it out next week and putting some golden fleece sweet corn in there. Now we've got the golden I forget what, golden crest already in. That's doing well. The golden fleece is not as big as the golden fleece. Sorry, the golden crest is not as. Sorry, the golden fleece is not as big as the golden crest. There's a godful in it. But we will be putting them in shortly. So I'm going to have to take the Solent white out as well. So I don't know what the Solent white's going to look like when we lift it, but fingers crossed it's okay. We went back down there the next day to work on the dahlias. Now, you know, I've got them in buckets, and each year we put cages over the top of them to keep them upright. I mean, it's blowing a hoolie out there now, so if there was these dahlias was at full size, the wind would break them. So we put a cage around them for them to grow up inside the cage, and it protects them, and they don't snap. And you come on one day and you got half your dahlias all broken on the floor with the wind. So this is why we put them in cages. So let me show you what we've been doing in that bed, and then we're finished there for the time being. Well, here we are again. It's that time of year, and what we're doing, putting the cages on the dahlias so they grow up without falling over and breaking. Do this every year. The only trouble is I forget where the holes are. Ah, there's one. Now I cable tie these. The reason why I cable tie them is to stop them from falling over. They will fall over if you don't cable tie them. So some of them I've had to put an hole in because they haven't got handles. Others, well, the others I don't have to worry about. All I've got to do is make sure that the dahlias grow between them. I'm just going to cut these these off shorter. They're good to go. Right, I've got this. What I've got the rest of them here to do. However, this is the more trickier one, the Lucifer. What I do here, I'm going to slide this cage over the top of it, but right, here's a trick I've learnt this Lucifer. To get these frames over, what I need to do is put string around the base. Try not to stand on the string, and then
wrap the string around the branches. So you get right to the top like this, pull them tight. Then what you do, you put the frame over them. You get your cable ties. I think I've lost one somewhere. Not to worry. And then find the hole, which is just here. It's one cable tie connected. Oops, you can't see what I'm doing here. I've got the cable tie here. I've just got to do the other side now. Cable tie them. Pull that one tight. Pull this one tight here. And then you just pull the string out. Carefully, and the lucifer is in this frame here, and it'll grow straight and it won't fall over. All I've got to do is just cut the ends, tidy them up, and I've got to pretty much do that on all the others. And as I'm doing it, what I'm doing, I'm just doing a bit of weeding as well. So all these weeds are going to the compost bin. Oh joy, look who's here. Buttercup. Pull tight. The dahlias will grow up in the frames. Yeah, it's a job I do every year, this. Well guys, so far we took half the garlic out of here. We've cable tied all the frames now to the dahlias and the lucifer. Oh, I've got a bent leaf there, give me a second. So the lucifer now is there's a frame over my two lucifer and over my dahlias. Now what will happen is the dahlias will grow up in the frames, and it will give them support, because later on in another 6-7 weeks the dahlias will get really top heavy, and then they start to fall over and they get the winds really strong, they break, whereas these frames that I've got on them give the dahlias support, and they last a damn sight longer. So yep, dahlias are sorted. I was going to put some celeriac in there, but I don't think I will. What I'm going to do is put a load more sweet corn, but not today. I'm going to be taking the onions out of the bed over here shortly. And when I do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a load of fertilisers in there. I'm going to put the celeriac in there. Oh god, here she comes. And I've got some lettuce and stuff what I can stick in there, and some pak choy that needs to go in there. And yeah, everything. But this one here, I think we're going to save it for the rest of the sweet corn. By the way, that's that sweet corn we planted a few days back. It's doing wonderful. Well, about a week back now. But yeah, the main thing today is getting the tops on the dahlias, taking the porcelain white garlic out. We've had a really good year of porcelain white. The solan white will be this stuff coming out next, so
Right, I'm going to tidy up and see you back up at the top of the allotments.
So we've got the cages in. The lucifer was a bit of a problem, but wrapping the string around it, pulling it tight so we pulled it all together, it was easy to just slide the thing over. But it really is annoying when you come on and you come down the day after, and your dailies that you've been beautiful one day, the next day they can be completely destroyed by the sun. Oh, sorry, by the wind. And the sun does a lot of damage to it as well, that bright sun. So, you know, they do like a lot of water as well, so you've got to keep watering them. However, we've had lots of rain this week, on and off. We've had sunshine as well, so don't get me wrong, but the wind's been pretty bad on top of all that. So yeah, the next clip I'm going to show you is me lifting me stir-on onions out of a raised bed. There's a lot of weed in there, so I'm going to show you a few of the onions what we lift out. You're going to see me lifting them out, obviously. You'll see the onions, then what I'll do is I'll come back when we've got all the onions collected and all the weeds out of the bed, and then what we'll do is we'll till the bed, get it tilled, add some bloodfish and bone. The only thing what should be left in that bed then will be the shallots. So yeah, let me show you what we were doing, and then I'll tell you what we did after that.
Well guys, what I'm doing, I'm going to remove some of these onions. Well, I'm going to remove all the onions, and there's a load of weed in here. So we got a couple of buckets for the onions. I'm going to get a couple of buckets for the weeds, and we're going to lift them all out. I've got some gloves here. She ain't going to let me do anything. I can tell you, she's going to drive me absolutely insane. But I will come back when it's all cleared. We'll get the weeds out. We'll give it a good owing, get it all prepared. I don't know if I'm going to be putting the bloodfish and bone into there. I just want to get the weeds out and get the onions out. So this is what it looks like at the moment. We've got a couple of onions in there that I've just picked up, and yeah, they look okay. So we've got to get the rest of them, and I've got a cart here as well. That's going to be fun. Oh, she's hanging in for the better end, isn't she? She thinks she knows what I want to do. Oh, it's just I'm just undoing these. They just clip off. They're not too difficult to do. And what I'm doing, I just pull this lot over, and then we can get to the onions and what have you. But there's a lot of weeds in here. A lot of onions as well. These are the onions. And like I say, they're not brilliant, but they're not exactly you know, look all right then. Nice onions. Bad buttercup. But we're going to clear all these out. I'll throw these in, some of these in for the chickens. Chickens love these. I forget what it's called this now. Willow herb, I think it is. But it's growing up in between the onions. What are you doing, Buttercup? Really? You're killing me, sweetheart. What are you doing? She's driving me nuts already. Anyway, I'm gonna put my gloves on because I don't want to be smelling of onions. But you see what the task is. I get a couple of buckets for the weeds, and we'll put the onions in another bucket. Oh, she's gone in to explore. I hope she'll get a frog. There's frogs here. I've got to be dead careful when I'm doing this as well. There's frogs everywhere in here. Right, anyway, onwards and upwards. What it looks like now, I'll show you what it looks like in a moment or two. Well guys, they're all weeds what I've took out of this bed here. I've got all the onions out now. I've got a bucket and a half. They're not the best onions in the world. But you know, well, when I say not the best, come on. Let's not put them out, not put them down. They're pretty good then. But yeah, we've like I say, we've got bucket and a half.
I've just gone over it superficially with the hoe. I will be going, and I've raked it all, got it all the weeds out for now. Tomorrow morning I'm going to come in with my tiller, give it a good sorting out. That's if it ain't raining. I'll have some fertilizers into that, and then I think I've got some celeriac. I've also got some pat choy, and I've also got some purple cabbage, which I'm going to stick in here. We've actually got in the end over there, we've got some shallots. We've got shallots in, so there is that, and she's kept out of the way, which is even better. But yeah, these I'll get rid of. I can't really put them in my compost bin because I'm going to be working on my compost bins in a month or two, so that's not going to break down, so we'll get that off to tip. This lot will go in the back greenhouse, and we'll come back to this tomorrow, and I'll show you me giving it a good once over with the tiller, and we'll add some fertilizers. So I think that's the plan. It's very overcast at the moment. There's a lot of dark cloud up there. Just look at that. I think we're due for a thunderstorm coming in, so dampen the ground as well. So I might just go over it with that hoe, just loosen it a little bit. But I'll come in tomorrow with my tiller and give it a good hammering. I'll put the covers back on as well to stop the foxes and the cats rolling around in it. And I think we'll be good to go. But yeah, bucket and a half of onions there, and stir on. That's what they are. Right, so here we are. All the onions are now in the back greenhouse. We've got a bag of weeds to get rid of. The net's back on the cage just to stop the foxes. Buttercup's got a bouncy castle for the night. Tomorrow morning we'll come back. You're going to see me doing it in a bit anyway, in a moment or two. We're going to be getting the other tiller out, load of bloodfish and bone and stuff. We're going to put it into that bed, give it a good hoeing in. Hopefully it's going to rain tonight and dampen the soil. We broke it up with the hole, gone down about 3 inches deep so the water can penetrate. And just by looking up there, looking at the cloud, it looks like it's going to hammer it down. Time now is coming up to 7 o'clock, 7:15 it is in the evening. So yeah, if it rains tonight, that'd be even better for tomorrow when I come to putting the fertilizers and using the tiller on it. So like I said, I've got this bag to take up to the front of the plot. Buttercup's helped. She's kept out of the way. She was a bit of a nuisance at the start, but once she sees me working, she steps back and she does as she's told. She does what she's doing now. Well guys, it's the next day. It's been raining this afternoon. I've got some bloodfish and bone just to the left hand side here, and I've got me tiller, which has got the spikes on. So I'm going to sprinkle some bloodfish and bone into this bed. Obviously I'm going to have to take the cover off and spread the bloodfish and bone. We'll give it a good hoeing in. We'll put the cover back. One day in the next few days we'll come down. I've got a load of veg to put into it and I'll show you me doing that. But right now we've got some gloves, and yeah, got Buttercup there as well. Get your nose out of that bloodfish and bone. She can smell the fish, that's what she can smell. But yeah, anyway, we're going to come back in a minute. I've just got to take the cover off, and then we can have at it. So took the cover off, managed to get this off. Now we're going to spread holding my breath. Right, so I've spread the blood fish and bone. I could have just let it soak in, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to hoe it in and take the gloves off, this plastic glove off now. Very noisy tonight on here, bloody planes going over and everything. Well, that was fun. Bloody breathless now. I've got a little leaf rake what I use. So what I'll do is I'll level it all out. I'll let the sun, the rain get at that again, and then tomorrow we'll start planting some pak choy, celeriac, maybe some cabbages and some lettuce. But right now that's been well worked. It's great that this wolf tiller, because you go about 5 inches down, it breaks everything up into a fine tilth. So anyway, that's it, all done. Buttercup, by the way, she's under the tree there watching what I'm doing. Don't know if you can see her down there. She watches what I'm doing with interest. Right, what I shall do, go and get my little rakey thing and then just level it out a bit. So we've levelled it all out and it's ready to go. I don't want to do it tonight. I say I prefer to do it in the morning, and we'll be putting a load of veg into it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And the good news is Buggerlug's kept out of the way. She's just there. Buttercup, I've not even got the cover on and you're already on it. Just put the cover on and she jumps straight on it. They're like little platforms for her to just sit and watch what's going on. But yeah, we've got the blood fish and bone in there. We give it a good tilling, like I say, 5 inches of we've oiled and tilled 5 inches down, so whatever I stick in there is going to do really well. It did rain today, which is great, so it was damp soil, and adding the blood fish and bone and mixing it all in and tilling it in. When I come to put the next lot of veg into it, they'll fly away hopefully. Anyway, I say Buttercup's she's behaved admirably today, so there is that. She kept out of the way for the most part, and now I'll spend a bit more time with her now I've done this. I have got the bed just behind her to do. We've got all the Savoy cabbages here, and they're doing okay. But just behind we've got a load more onions, red and white onions. They're not done as good as the onions what was in this bed, but hey, that's another bed I'm going to be working on. We'll be filling another 3 beds up. We're filling the one what Buttercup's sat on. We'll fill that half which is just behind Buttercup, and the one behind that we'll be putting more sweet corn in. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next few days to a week. Right, I'm going to put my tools away, give them a bit of a clean, and then play with her for a bit. So Buttercup driving me nuts there. She always does that. When I'm starting something, she's there right on top. But she does. I've got to give her a due. She steps back and lets me get on with it. Motorbike going past then. Talk about the noise outside there. It's horrendous. But yeah, the onions was okay. We got rid of all the weeds and everything. We took them to Cobby tip and got rid of them. So we can't put them into the compost bin because I want to put that compost into the bed shortly. That's the plan I've got anyway. Anyway, we took the onions out. We got 1.5 buckets of onions. We did all right. It was 45 litre buckets then. They're not 30 litre buckets. We've managed to fill one and half fill the other, and they're not too bad, them onions. So the next thing I want to show you, well, we actually did put the bloodfish and bone, we tilled it all. So the next thing you're going to see now is me actually putting what they call kohlrabi. I kept on calling them pat choy for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what I was calling them. So you'll see. I'll correct myself in the video. But we did some of them. We did some celeriac. We did some little gem lettuce and some cos lettuce as well. I'll show you me doing a few of them, and then I'll show you what it looked like at the end. So this is what we've actually put into that bed. Well, if you're wondering how I put my plants into these beds, these wide beds, like I have 2 boards where I kneel. Them 2 boards, what you see there, they kneel on them, and then the board in front, it's got marks on it, and it defines where the actual plants are going to go, how far apart and what have you. They can be 6 inches apart, 12 inches apart, it could be 18 inches, 2 foot apart. And like I say, the beds are marked out 6'6", so I can actually put one in the centre, then another couple a foot either side of that, so I can get 5 in a row if I want to. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be putting some celeriac into this bed, along with some maybe pat choy, and I've got some lettuce as well, little gem and what have you. I'll show me doing the first couple, and then we'll come back when they're all in and show you what it looks like. So that's the mission today, getting some more veg in. Right, onwards and upwards. Let me go and get the veg, and let's get them in. Well, it's very dark here, guys, so I don't know if you can see much. Use these boards to kneel on. Put this in front here to start off with, and then give this a little squeeze. Nice roots there. Stick this one right in the centre. Making sure they're exactly the same level, and that's all I'm going to do with the pat choy. I'm doing them, like I say, 12 inches apart.
Right, so I'm going to get on with that. I'll do one more. There's the root system. Let's just push them in. Like I say, 12 inches apart, that's how far you need to do them. I've already added bloodfish and bone and everything else into here, so I don't need to add anything else in with the plant itself. Just gently does it. That's why I'll do the roll, and then we'll continue. They're very wet, these as well, so they've been watered last night, these, so, and the ground's sodden, so we don't need to basically really water them today, but I will do. I'll give them a little water. So what we do now, we just move this along here, and start the process again. So I'm not going to bore you to death. I'm going to get the rest of these in. Nice root system. Right, I'll crack on, and be back when I've got these all right, in, guys, and then we'll move on to the... We've got, I think I called them pat choy, they're not, the kohlrabi, what I've put in there. They're an F1 Kiev. And then the Celeriac is Pritz, and just in front of that I've got little gem lettuce. I've put quite a few in. I've got my watering can here, so I'm going to give them a quick water. They're going to look really sad, but they will pick up. I get the nets on them, and they'll look $1 million in a few days time, I would imagine. So yeah, get the watering can here. Just lightly do them. Yeah, we got rain on the way, so I don't really need to do them to death. Go and get another watering can. Well guys, the kohlrabi's in. I think I called it pat choy, don't know why. It must have had a moment, But the Celeriac's in there as well, and also the little gem, and I think the cotton and cos lettuce, that's what they are. Little gem and cos lettuce, I had to think what they were then. But we've got them all in. I can see one or two of them are falling down, but they'll pick up. They've just been transplanted out of a greenhouse into the outside, so everything always takes a little bit of time to latch into the soil. Once they latch in there, they start growing really well. I mean, look at them cabbage there. They're like mutants. All my brassicas are like mutants. In fact, I'm going to be putting more brassicas into this one here. That's when I take them onions out. I've got some purple cabbage to go in there. I won't be doing it in the like now. It'd be like sunrise or sunset when the butterflies are at the least active. All it takes is one butterfly to get into that cage there, and that's it. You've lost all your brassicas. Anyway, that's the next job on we need to address. But we've got a few jobs done this week. I'm glad to get these out. I've got a bit more room for the rest of my sweet corn, which will be going in the bed where the dahlias are, in that general direction over there. Well, we still have to take the solent white out of that. We've took the porcelain white, as you know, that's done really well. So yeah, everything's coming to plan. What I'm going to do now is fill the watering can up to the right of me, put it back in the greenhouse, and carry on. See you back at the top end of the allotments, guys.
As you see, as one lot comes out, another lot goes in. I always put lots of fertilizers into these beds. I always make sure it gets mixed in with the soil. I grow all year round in these beds, and I have great results every time. So I mean, you only have to look at some of the veg, how it's growing, to know that the soil's pretty good. I do have a lot of people coming to me saying, like, I grew some cabbage there last year and it was really good, and I've grown them this year and they're really small. Why is that? I said, well, what have you put into the bed? They go, what do you mean, what have I put into the bed? I said, well, have you put any fertilisers? Have you put any compost out your compost bins in? No. I said, well, that's the reason. So you got to add to get back. He said, you're taking all the goodness out of the soil when you're growing these things, so you need to put it back before you try to grow anything else. So yeah, that's the reason why I always make sure I get my fertilisers in there. I do know that bed, which what you just see me working on, we did put a load of chicken manure into that bed early on in the year, so it had that plus everything else. That's why all of the weeds was growing so good. But yeah, we've got all that sorted. We're going to be taking, we've got some more onions which we're going to be taking out shortly, but them ones are not looking nowhere as good as the others. We wait and see, wait with bated breath. I will be putting some purple cabbage, I forget the name of the cabbage, but it's purple cabbage, and we'll be putting into that where the onions were. So we've got to add fertilizers and everything into them. We've got to give it a good hoeing and raking and getting all the weeds out. The main problem is getting the weeds out. If you get the weeds out, the plants get off to a great start. If the weeds start to come after that, the food that you're growing, it's got a better chance of subduing the weeds. So that's why I always make sure I've got every single weed out of it at the bed before I put anything in. We'll probably end up doing that at either very early in the morning in where the Savoy cabbages are, or in the late evening. We won't be doing it midday because the butterflies have all woken up, and they'll be absolutely, get one butterfly into that cabbage patch and you lose all your cabbages, all your brassicas even. So we choose a time when we come to do that. So yeah, that's what we've been doing this week. We've been really busy doing other jobs as well. Been helping other people. I've just got a new plot holder at the side of me. You never guess his name. Well, I've got Mark here, who's two plots along. The guy who's got this plot behind me, his name's Mark. So there's 3 Marks all in a row. Well, I'm going with Mark the first, Mark the second, Mark the third. That's the order we got here. But yeah, he seems nice enough lad. We have got another plot holder at the back, the 2 half plots here, so we've got plot holders on them now, so hopefully we'll get to grips with this side. The other side, which David and Lou have got, they've their plot's beautiful, but this plot here, it's been left, and it needs some TLC. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get off, I'm going to get this video edited, and we'll get it up hopefully later tonight. Before we end the video, I've got to tell you, I was on the car boots this morning. I bought some lovely coins. I bought a beautiful coin set. I bought a few silver proofs as well, and we got a couple of we got a George II tuppence, which I think, out of them all, it could be my favourite coin. However, we got this £2 coin, a Magna Carta. I think I paid £5 for it, and it's a, what's the name? It's a rotation error. It's only a slight rotation error, but it is a rotation error. I think it's a joint favourite between them. Anyway, you can decide. Let me show you these coins what I've been buying. Well guys, these are some of the coins I've been spending my money on today. This is a silver proof Allotment, 50p. I paid 15 quid for that. This is a silver proof Marconi £2 coin. It's a silver proof. Again, I paid £15 for that. Looks like Sputnik to me. With these out of the way. And paid think it was 5 for that, 4 for that, and 8 each for them. However, these are the 2 coins that I think are the best coins. This George II tuppence, absolute Bobby Dazzler, 1766, and then this Magna Carta. Now look how she's facing to the right. Flip the coin. Notice how the coin is the rotated. It's on an angle. It's called a rotation error. So yeah, that one is worth a few quid. We don't know how much yet, but yeah, Bobby Dazzler is worth more than them. In fact, that's probably worth more than the Northern Ireland one of them, because I've never seen one before. But if you have to choose 2 coins today, it'd be that one and the George II. Absolute belters. Okay, so you want to know what's inside the box. I'm sure you did. This is a 2010 proof set. This is the Premier set. That one, that 50p on its own, is worth as much as I paid for the set. About 65 quid. I paid 65 quid for the set, but that's about 50. And then these 2 here, these are not intended for circulation, so you know, you're talking over 20 quid. So the whole set itself in the case would set you back nearly 160, 170 quid. Now I paid 65 for it, so I thought it was a bargain. And they're all proof. Every one of them are all proof coins, so quite happy with that. I flipped it over, and there's no toning. It's perfect, a perfect set, absolute fantastic. So I'm really chuffed with this. So we bought a few coins there, like I say, a few £2 coins. We did pay up for one or two of them. However, for £5 on that Magna Carta, it's a non-starter. I mean, I'll never sell any of these coins. That proof set that you see, I've got one of them in the box. I've got three of the normal proof sets. This is the premier proof set, so I've only got 2 of them. But I need another one because I've got like 3 little monsters, kids, and I don't want them killing each other when I pop my clogs. So they'll all get the same, and they'll all be able to, well, if they when they get the coins, if they sell them wisely, they're going to do very well. So anyway, with that, I'm going to get off. Unfortunately, Buttercup ain't here to sit on my knee. She'll probably turn up the minute I turn the camera off. I guarantee you she'll do that. I've just put a supper and tea in there. So yeah, she was here before. She had Sooty pinned against the wall outside here. Let me show it. She's got to tell you guys, she's never hissed at me, she's never gone to bite me or scratch me. I've never been scratched by her, but this is how vicious she can be. Watch this. Leave him alone, Buttercup. Hey, leave him. Naughty cat. What's he done to you? As you can see, Buttercup can handle herself. She can be vicious, and she's never ever been vicious to me. He's gone. You're a naughty cat. So she was telling Sooty where to go. She pinned him up against that shed, and like I say, Buttercup is the queen bee on the allotments. All other cats are very, very wary of her. She'll tolerate them to a certain point. I think the problem, what she got, I think he'd actually come in and pinch some of her dinner, and she wasn't too happy. But hey, don't ask me what's inside Buttercup's head. I don't even know what's inside my head sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to get off, like I say, try and get the video edited and get it up a bit later. As you can see in here, we're doing alright with the tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes everywhere you look. Oh, there's 5 there, there's 7 there on that one. Loads here. You can't see these tomatoes, but if you have a like show you there, how many tomatoes are on there? Wow. 5, 7, 8, 14 tomatoes there. You can't really see them. If you look closely, you can see them. They're like underneath all the leaves, all the way up here they are. I mean, there's more here. It's everywhere. I could do with thinning the leaves out, but not today. Anyway, I'm gonna. Ooh, God, it's so itchy. I shouldn't be doing this. But yeah, the bloody watch. I got to get a leather strap for this. Get a leather strap, or either that, or get a new watch with a leather strap, and bin all the others. Right, time now, 5:30 in the evening. I'll try and get it up later on. I've got the most of the video sorted. I just need to put it all together and make the thumbnail. Oh, the fun I'm going to have with that. So I'll catch you later, guys. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.